10K run is this morning, but for the hardcore athletes, the Ironman 70.3 Triathlon on Texas is next weekend in Galveston. And joining me today are two of the competitors. Thank you guys so much for joining us. JeanAnne and Reed are both here, and you guys have competed before, is that right?
That's correct.
In the 70.3. Okay, that is a half of a full Ironman triathlon, but it's still grueling. Just to give you an idea, 1.2 mile swim followed by a 56-mile bike ride, and of course you top that off with a half marathon or 13.1 mile run. I'm just going to ask you guys why. Why would you put yourself through that? And what kind of feeling do you get when you cross that finish line?
Go ahead.
So by far, let's talk about the feeling. The feeling of crossing the finish line is absolutely the accomplishment, you know, that you get when you're done. And for me, a half Ironman is the perfect distance. It's long enough to be challenging, but not so long that it takes over your life.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you get to do a little bit of everything. I know everyone kind of has their strength in the race and their weakness in the race.
Yes.
What would you guys say is your strong point and weak point?
I'm a runner, so the running's my strength.
You get to finish strong.
Finish strong. Yeah. Swimming, you know, amongst the jellyfish in Galveston Bay is a little sketchy.
Right, that's another thing. This is open water swimming. This is not like a laned pool.
Right.
So it's a little more difficult there, and I don't know how well you can see in the Galveston waters, but that makes it tough. And you guys both have interesting stories. JeanAnne, I know, a breast cancer survivor, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Kind of talk about your story, how you got involved with triathlons.
Well, actually, I had been doing triathlons for a number of years before I was diagnosed with cancer, and one of the interesting things, at least for me, was this year's marathon, the Livestrong Marathon in Austin, was my 3-year anniversary of cancer surgery. So it was a big day for me, and this year's Galveston will be my 3-year anniversary. 3 years ago, the day after the Ironman 70.3 in Galveston, was when I started radiation therapy. So this is going to be a big race for me. It's going to be an important one.
Sure, absolutely. And Reed, your story, you're a restaurant tour?
Yeah, The Grove and others, Mezzaloon in the old days. And
sure.
You know, I actually jumped into this. Livestrong announced mid-February that they were opening spots up that were not available before, and they opened up spots for folks that are going to raise money for Livestrong. So I jumped aboard with really not enough training, 12 weeks of training, but you know, have kind of gotten through it. A few injuries building up so quick, but excited to be down there, you know, raising money for Livestrong and competing.
Sure. Absolutely. Now, is Lance competing in this one?
Yes, he's going to be in the pro category, and it'll be a zoo down there with all the media and such. So exciting.
Absolutely. And so we're talking pre-race now. Obviously, you want a good night's sleep. Do you have a pre-race meal or routine that you guys go through?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully get some sleep the night before, but yeah, you need to hydrate, you know, kind of the week before, and you know, eat smart, and you know, kind of do the same routine you would normally do. Don't change things up too much.
Sure.
That's the most important thing.
No new food, no new clothes.
Yeah, just keep it routine. Absolutely. Well, I admire you guys for going through this and competing. Best of luck to you guys next weekend in Galveston.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us this morning.